What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Hallelujah! It's a green day in markets without an end of day dump. It's a beautiful thing, but can it be trusted? That will be the topic of today's video. Thank you for joining me. Your likes, comments, subscribes are always appreciated, of course, so go ahead and smash that like button. Before we get started, here is the disclaimer. Trading's risky. This is my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I do hope that you get value out of the video. Today we are going to be going over all of the indexes, the major indexes, the Magnificent Seven, as well as some important names like Eli Lilly. So let's just dive right into it. Taking a look at the indexes, we got the Dow is up, NASDAQ's up, S&P's up, the Russell's up. All the charts looking pretty much the same. The big news today was Eli Lilly crushed their earnings. Absolutely crushed their earnings, and Eli Lilly is in the perfect portfolio, which is a video that I released today as well. Sometimes when I release two videos in a day, one of them doesn't appear on your news feed, so that's a great reason to subscribe. But also be sure to check out that video. I'll link it at the end of this video so you can easily click it. But yes, Eli Lilly crushed earnings, and we're going to take a look at the chart to see if it is close to support, close to resistance. You know, is it a good time to go chasing this thing? You know, what's the deal with that? So let's start diving into it. We're going to start with the S&P 500. Normally I bring up my GAN first, but I do want to show you my Thinkorswim charts. I'm going to put on an hourly chart so we can go back in time. Now I have this downtrend line. You can see it's played a critical role. You know, it tapped it here. You know, starting from here, we tapped it here, we tapped it here, we busted through it, and then when we broke through that downtrend line, it was all over after that. This would have been a great short, you know, after it came up and then broke back down under it. Tried to retest it and then just broke down. This level right here, 537, pretty important as well. And today we worked our way back up. Now, can we trust that all is good and the coast is clear? No, not yet. As a matter of fact, if you were absolutely convinced that we're going to have another crash, this would be the place to take profits, because we're sitting on two levels of resistance. We got our downtrend line and then this level of resistance that I've drawn here, which sits at 532. We did have a wick. Now, what's cool about what happened today, we have this big bowl, cup. Are we going to see a handle and then a breakthrough? Potentially. But you can see end of day, the last hour before close, fake out. We had a fake dump and then a pump. And the markets right now, they just want to do what you don't think they'll do. Everybody right now is like, oh, this is a dead cat bounce. And like, even I've been thinking that, or we're like, oh, S&P to 5,000. But if you look at this, we actually did get pretty close to that right there. Like, the people like say that the powers that be are pushing this thing down to 5,000 so they can buy up at a smaller level. They kind of already got their chance right here. So still could happen, absolutely. And we are sitting right at resistance. So this is like the worst time to say, oh yeah, coast is clear. You know, if we break through this, like tomorrow, if we open up, say that we open up here, like we gap up, we come down, we retest it, and then we bounce, and then we move up, then this, I'm going to feel pretty confident saying this is bottom. However, we have not yet achieved world peace. The Middle East could mess this whole party up. But as of right now, it's looking better than I thought it did days ago. Obviously, this is a full-on like rejection of this move. And I mean, could we just trade in this range for a little while? Absolutely. My gut tells me we're going to have a pump and dump at the end of the week. We're going to push, and then right before the end of the weekend, everyone's going to go, oh, I don't want to hold stocks over the weekend, like, because last weekend we got so screwed. But I'd be shocked if we had just another Black Monday. Like, things usually aren't that obvious. So I'm feeling more bullish than days ago. Who wouldn't after all of this? But I am being cautious. So I have entered more money into the market, and thankfully I DCA'd over the last few days. I bought into all this and had a really nice up day, a nice 3% up day. But these are the key levels that I'm looking at here. So you see 520 to 532 roughly. Those are the channel that we're essentially in. Moving to the Qs. Qs look better. Qs broke this downtrend line today. And sometimes one index can kind of give you an idea of where everything else is going. But I do like what I'm seeing here on these Qs. Let me go to a 4-hour real quick and let me activate this drawing here. Yeah, take a look at that, guys. Really strong candlestick to close it. Really strong candlestick to close it. And we broke the parabolic SAR. Yeah, this looks good. This looks really good. Much better than it did days ago. So I like what I'm seeing. I don't want to say downtrend over just yet, but we're well on our way. We've had some good follow-through days. I mean, if we have a couple more like green days, like strong green days like this, which I doubt it happens. I mean, we'll probably have a retest of this before maybe breaking through the cloud and up and out. But I really like what I'm seeing. This is, now we had, I could have said the same thing right here, and then we had a dump. So we're going to have some key tests here. This 450 level, we did close over it though. Or did we? We did not close over it. Or let me go to the daily. Hold on. We did not close over 450 on the daily. However, it looked like it wanted to. Tomorrow's going to be a major test in the markets, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's go into the Mag 7. Let's take a look at. Actually, before we do that, let's just look at semiconductors. I want to see where they are at, and maybe look at some of these GAN levels as well. So the SMH trying to reclaim this GAN level of 225. We closed over Kijinsen. I mean, the Ichimoku's all broken on this anyways, but that's a good look. It's trying. It's trying. One more green day and we get over this GAN level, and that's going to be a very big deal. Let's take a look at the weekly charts, because tomorrow the weekly charts will complete. Yeah, I mean, if we can get a weekly candle back over the GAN level, that's going to be a really big deal. Looking at Heikin-Ashi candles, we do have green candles forming, which signals the end, can signal the end of a downtrend. Also, this is the most this is curled. See that? So things are looking better today, definitely. Obviously, after all that strength. We need to break some key levels, though. I want to see us get up and over this and maybe come down, retest it, and bounce back up. Once I see that, we can confidently say that, you know, like I give it a greater than like 70 or 80% chance this was the bottom. If we can get up over some of these GAN levels, retest, and make a higher high. Once we're able to do that, this kind of hopefully goes away, barring any crazy geopolitical nonsense, of course. But would like to see this happen sooner rather than later, because an extended stay under these levels is not welcomed. NVIDIA, let's take a look at it. Trying to get over the angle. Well, wait, hold on. We did it. Woo! We're over this angle, boys and girls. We're closing over this angle, rejecting lower areas. This is great news, great development. Awesome. Next up, we got to break 108. We got to get back inside of the cloud. Got to get back over 108. And yeah, obviously we need to get up to 155. That's where we want to be, right? But this angle sits at 103.52. So that's important. Let's take a look here. Yeah, and I got a GAN fan there pretty much. So, okay. So it's battling my GAN level, but also sitting above. So could not, or barely closed, just closed right at the 10-day moving average today. Really, we just need to break this candle right here. We need to break yesterday's down day. And if we can tap this and then, you know, close higher than this candle, really that's the goal. If we can just keep pushing. I do have a fib level sitting right here at 111. That's a key level as well. So really getting up to that and confirming over that is going to be important. Obviously, we have a ton of overhead pressure from just all the moving averages and just the breakdown of this chart over the last month or so. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple had kind of a flat-ish day, but yeah, we're rejecting off. This is great. This is really great. I should probably add to my position here. We're in the arc. We're rejecting the cloud. Really solid stuff. Obviously, we've got a pretty key level here, it looks like. Right at about 215, call it. A little bit higher than that. More like 217. And really, it'll just coincide with this. So 216.70. That is where the Kijinsen is. Getting up and over that, we'll probably hit our head there is what I suspect. But if we push to it tomorrow and we hold near it, that'd be the best case scenario. It might come back down after that, but that means that we're moving higher with this name. Now with the arc, you can see we're staying pretty much in the arc, but the arc has a slope. So it could move all the way back down to 196 and still be in the arc, but then that's kind of your floor with this. Man, I wish I picked up shares right there. Don't you all? If you're, hey, was your Schwab down or was your trading platform down? Leave a comment below if one of your trading platforms is down on this day and you missed out on a chance to buy on this. And tell me what platform you use. But look at the symmetry. I mean, look at how it's staying in the arc. It's hugging the arc on the way down, which is what you don't want to see, but at least we're in it, you know? And yes, we had this crazy abnormal day, but we popped right over the cloud again. So seeing a lot of strength in Apple seems like a safer name. At least that's the way it looks like to me at the moment. Microsoft, another name that's kind of like treading water. But I don't think deserves to be. I think this thing doesn't stay down here much longer. It did create another doji today. But it gapped up. So we'll have to see tomorrow. We want to see a strong day tomorrow. That's the moral of the story. Can we can Microsoft push over 410 and stay over 410? If it's able to do that, then maybe then I would call it safe. I started buying shares down here though, because it's Microsoft. I'm holding this thing for the long term. Might as well buy it cheap. And if it drops, I mean, where's it going? Down here, 338? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think the odds are that this thing gravitates back up here more than anything. That's what I think. Okay. Tesla. Not able to break the GAN level. Closing right around 200 once again. This doesn't look the best, you guys. I mean, it's rejecting down. Yeah, it's in the arc, but we could come down to like 173 again. So it's kind of, Tesla's kind of in no man's land at the moment. If you get a chance to buy at 173, I think you have to. I think you got to add at least a little bit. If it's not in your portfolio, like a 1% position, you know, like that's probably what I'm thinking. Look at this. God, this must have scared the hell out of this. This was just nuts down here, right, guys? Like, what the hell? Okay, let's take a look at Meta. Had a strong day today. Really strong day. Did we close over the arc? Closed over the arc. Now, on the weekly, I bet it looks a little different. In the weekly, we're closing over the arc. Can we stay strong? Can Meta stay strong? If it does, I really like this. Really like this. It's pushing through like 1, 2, 3 levels of support. Meta looks incredibly strong on this chart. This angle basically got confirmed. I'd be shocked if you ever see 450 again on this name. I really would be shocked. Awesome. Good for Meta. Let's take a look at Google. Wow. Okay, so here, let's go to the daily. So it looks like since I last checked on it, it has fallen off of this angle. And now we're in the arc area. We closed on the top end of the arc though. Would I be buying here? No. No, because you could just have a drawdown inside of the arc till October. I mean, that could happen. Because we failing these areas and just gapping down like that, that's not good. Scary chart. Don't like it. Amazon. Amazon was kind of like, ooh, Amazon. What do we have here? Confirm this level. Confirm this level. We have a gap right here, you guys. 168 to 182, maybe 176 you could call it. You could see Amazon break out. Maybe. Obviously I'm feeling more bullish today than I was the other day. However, like, look at this. I mean, you have pretty much, you know, the test, rejection off this angle. So this angle to me looks pretty confirmed. Like it never should have been down here, and now it's like never even should be here. And if the market stays strong, this name is going to start pushing back into this little range that we were in. Could we get a retest, you know, before breaking into the arc? Sure. But yeah, I like this. Amazon is looking strong. I am holding. Let's take a look at Costco. Costco very strong today, trying to push out of the cloud. I had an incredibly funny interaction at Costco that I'd like to share with you. So I went, you know, I checked out, bought my stuff, got a hot dog, ate the hot dog. As I'm leaving, you know how they check your receipt? Well, like, I hand them the hot dog receipt because I didn't look, and they're like, "Oh, that's not that's not you know, your receipt. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can't show you the hot dog because it's gone or whatever. And she says to me, yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see your hot dog. Oh, Costco. Okay. Any Costco members out there? Well, anyways, looking really good today. Obviously had a very strong showing, up 3.59%. Yeah, we're trying to push out. I mean, look, if we can get out of the cloud, you guys, holy cow. I mean, we're already using this channel now. I mean, could we get back to 900 by the end of the month? Could it happen? Could happen. All right, let's take a look at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly's in the arc, folks. I mean, look where it was. Look where it was. And now we're back in the arc, and we rejected this angle in the bottom of the arc. We opened right at the top of the cloud. We came all the way down, retested this, and then, you know, ended up closing there. Look at the gap up. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Look at this. At one point, up 12%, closed up 8.37%. Impressive. Eli Lilly is one of the strongest stocks of the last 10 years and probably one of the strongest stocks of the last 5 years. So healthcare is a defensive sector, but it's a growing company. So you get defensive growth. I love me some Eli Lilly. So I did pick up one extra share today. And my cost basis lies right in here. So I feel pretty comfortable. Awesome. Let's take a look at Spotify. I added some Spotify today. Spotify. Look at that. Closing well over Tenkan-sen. Ichimoku is intact with Spotify. This looks great. Absolutely looks great. Could try to punch through the arc again. I mean, the next GAN level's 431, so I mean, this is one of those names I think can just go parabolic. Like over the next 5 to 10 years, this name could do what a lot of other big tech names have done, where their chart just goes vertical. So, love what I'm seeing here. If you have stayed this long into the video, I'm going to share with you a few stocks that I added over the last few days that have crushed. And that have crushed over the last 10 years. You watched that perfect portfolio video I put out today. But as a thank you for sticking around this long, I'm going to show you some really excellent plays here. One of them is Occidental Petroleum. This is the company Warren Buffett has been buying hand over fist. I think he has like a 30% stake in this company. And I'm going to hide my indicators so you can just see the price action of this thing. Look how well this line is held. I mean, it is held incredibly. And if we were to achieve all-time highs again, you're talking an 81% gain from where we're at. And a stop loss of like 5%. The risk reward on this one is just, it's incredible, and I think that's what Warren Buffett sees. And they just had earnings, and they had good earnings, and we had a 4% move today. But this is small fries compared to what I think could happen. And if something happens in the Middle East, Occidental Petroleum creates oil here in America. So this is a great hedge. From my understanding, it's a great hedge for the macro, and you have Warren Buffett's backing and all that stuff. And that's why, you know, I have like a 1.5%. It's nothing crazy. It's not like I'm taking this big bet, you know, on this, but like I allocated a decent chunk of my portfolio. You know, 1.5% is not nothing in my portfolio. So It takes up one of my positions. And really, if I'm right, I only need to put in a little bit and I will get outsized gains from it. And I'm not really big on oil exposure. You know, maybe nothing could come in this, and this just goes sideways for like another year, you know, so I don't want to tie up too much of my portfolio into this, but you know, why not a little bit? So this was one of those. Another name that I've absolutely loved over the last few months, and thankfully I held on to it. I sold out of it, then I jumped back in, and thank God I did, is SharkNinja. If you don't own a Ninja Creamy, then you just don't want a 6-pack, because that you can make ice cream that is like 100 calories for a pint, and it tastes delicious, and oh yeah, it's awesome. But take a look at this. Gapped up. Look at that. Look at the symmetry. Look at this. Resistance, turn, support, and just an absolute god candle of a day. An absolute god candle of the day. Look at that, 17%. 17% this name did today. Just absolutely incredible. You know, it'll probably give up some of this, maybe to retest this. Maybe. But it might not. It might just push up to this 97 level. This thing could move. So keep your eye on SharkNinja. I wouldn't go chasing it just yet, but yeah, SharkNinja. Love it. It's a relatively newer company. The chart looks incredible. And I love their products. They're quality products. So what can you say? All right, you guys. I'm going to leave it at that. I know this video is getting a little lengthy and you probably want to do other things. Thank you for sticking around with me. If you're still watching this, thank you. Your likes and comments are appreciated. Let me know if there's a stock you'd like me to analyze, take a look at, or if you have any questions or, you know, just curious on my thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments below. And if you're not a subscriber yet, maybe consider subscribing. I have a small channel trying to grow it. Have less than 100 subscribers. You could be one of my first 100 subscribers. Think about that. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next video. Good luck tomorrow, and Risky Ryan out.